Project-based curriculum, digital learning activities, and small group instruction. To learn more, visit chooseprimavera.com.
Welcome to Friendship Village. Let me show you around. Wow! It's like a cruise ship on land. Do you like art? Music? Heated pool? Yoga? Pickleball? There are events and group outings for just about every interest.
The food.
There's so much to do here.
Move it or lose it. Well, this is our stop.
Let's keep going. Yeah.
Coming up next on Arizona Horizon, fallout continues over the assassination of conservative political activist Charlie Kirk. Also tonight, a piece of history from the 9/11 terrorist attacks is now on display in Phoenix. And we'll check out the upcoming concert season at MIM, the Musical Instrument Museum. Those stories and more next on Arizona Horizon.
Arizona Horizon is made possible by contributions from the Friends of Arizona PBS, members of your public television station.
Good evening and welcome to Arizona Horizon. I'm Ted Simons. A manhunt is still underway for the shooter who assassinated conservative activist Charlie Kirk yesterday at an event at a college campus in Utah. Authorities today released 2 images of a person that they're looking for. Other clues include a palm print, a shoe impression, and a high-powered hunting rifle found in a wooded area along a path where the shooter apparently fled. There still is no suspect name and no reported motive for the shooting. Now, reaction to the murder of such a prominent political activist is intensifying polarization in some quarters while prompting others to call for a ratcheting down on inflammatory and divisive rhetoric. Joining us now is Chuck Coughlin. He's president and CEO of High Ground and you have political presence for a long time here in Arizona. What's going on out there, Chuck?
Well, we all know. I mean, it's the politics of contempt. That's the currency of our political narrative today. Both parties use it. And it breeds an ill will towards every American, and it's not a productive. It's a crisis. I mean, it's a mental health care crisis. It's a behavioral health care problem because that narrative makes us all want to dislike everybody else, and that nobody wants. That's destructive at the end.
A narrative of contempt. In other words, the dehumanization of the other side.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's a fair way to put it. It's a lack of respect. We're all, you get the rules of the road are pretty simple, right? They're outlined in the book. Love your neighbor as yourself. Stand with him, be humble, and behave. And those are the rules. And that's not part of our political culture anymore. That's not what we do. We're always trying to vilify somebody else and use it for political advantage. And that's the narrative that we have today. It's not, as we're both Americans, we both live in a great country, we're both trying to make it better.
Is it accomplishing a political advantage? And for that, I turn to Turning Point USA.
Yeah.
Charlie Kirk's what he founded. A very strong, conservative, youth-oriented group, but was also pretty divisive and pretty loud in its opinions. It had to have succeeded because that is a very influential group.
He did. He was saw an opportunity, go back. He got Foster Friess, very wealthy Republican donor who was charmed by Charlie, gave him a lot of money because Charlie was preaching this narrative that was anti-woke. This was, 2010, 2011, 2012. And so he was going on to college campuses where kids were feeling ostracized by their colleagues and feeling other than. And if you didn't believe this, you're not in. And we all know that's wrong too. I mean, it's the wrong culture. And he took advantage of that and created an alternative, very much like Trump sort of took over the Republican Party. He took advantage of that opportunity and created a narrative which was wildly successful with bringing young people into the political process. And we do know this is a problem because we do know most young people are not part of the political process. They check out. They're not part of it. Well over 60% of the electorate is 50 and older. So this became a very important element, particularly in the president's last last campaign of driving turnout amongst younger voters.
I was going to say important to the point of you could say that without Charlie Kirk's help, Donald Trump would still not be president.
You could say that in some of these swing states. He was very critical, and the organization was very critical to the success of driving younger voters, particularly younger voters, to the Republican Party.
Okay, let's talk about Arizona, the impact of Turning Point USA in Arizona. What are you seeing?
Well, that's a little more complicated, right? Because once the 2020 cycle happened and the president lost, and he created this narrative around fraud, Turning Point embraced that. Turning Point embraced that fraud narrative. They put a lot of pressure, the president, as we all recall, put a lot of pressure on people like Speaker Rusty Bowers, the county recorder Stephen Richer, to invalidate the election results. Of course, they didn't do that. And then Rusty gets a call from Turning Point saying, we're going to beat you and we're going to take you out. Well, that's what they did. Stephen got the same call. And so they took what, in my view, is a person who was heroically defending our rights to vote and the integrity of our election system, and they vilified them within a Republican primary and had them both lose.
So if that's working, if that is the plan, that's the narrative, and it's working, what's to keep? I mean, this is obviously a tragedy. I mean,
Yes.
someone lost their life here. Someone was murdered here. This is a tragedy.
He's the father of 2 children.
Right. That's over here. But the idea of the organization moving on and having a success with a particular plan, what's to keep that organization from making any changes to that plan? Any
Well,
changes
I mean,
to the
you
narrative?
can say that Charlie was a very charismatic figure. You can say Charlie was very successful at raising money with people. You can say, who fills those shoes? Who does that? Who creates that unity of purpose over there? What they're seen as now, Donald Trump Jr. is very affiliated with Turning Point as being the streetwise warriors for the Republican cause. And so when Joni Ernst in Iowa says, I'm not going to support this person in the president's appointment, the Turning Point crew gets turned on. They're the ground forces of MAGA.
The response so far, and especially just in society in general, is it because it was on television, you can see a video, it's gruesome? Is that what's going on? We have had classrooms of school children slaughtered. It doesn't seem like that response was as strong as this response. Is that just the visual nature of what we're doing right now, what we're seeing right now?
You've been around this. I mean, that. I think that's got to be part of it. That's the visceral nature. I won't watch it. I mean, my faith tells me not to put anything bad in. I would encourage anybody else that hasn't seen it, don't watch it. It's horrific. I watched it on a little tiny handheld screen. I go, I don't need to see that ever again. It's awful. It's the murder of a father on live TV. It's awful. And so you don't, but I think it's that, I mean, we've gone through all these political assassinations. I mean, the folks in burned down Josh Shapiro's house, the legislators in Minnesota. I mean, go back to Gabby Giffords and the mental health care crisis that surround her. You got the CEO of United Healthcare gunned down in the streets of New York City. This is with us now. It is unfortunately part of our culture, and in order to change, we're going to have to all look at ourselves and talk about, are we contributing to the betterment of this, or are we contributing to the bottom side of this? And what are we asking of ourselves? It'll only be that, and then some political figure is going to have to stand up and say enough. We have to stop this.
Well, and that was going to be my next question here, and I've asked this of other people as well. I keep hearing, this is not us. This is not who we are.
It's us.
I'm sorry, Chuck. This seems like it's us right now, and we need to change who we are.
It's us. I mean, we know this. 90% of the Congress gets elected in safe seats in Congress, meaning they win a primary, they're in. Primaries only have 15 to 20% of the electorate participating. There's only 5 swing states in the country. Everybody else is in because they're a Republican or a Democrat in which state you're in. So the country is solidly divided, and it comes down to these very narrow places where, our elections are, Texas is redistricting to have Republicans elected over Democrats. it's a trench warfare game right now. And so you have to look at the values of our founding fathers, of George Washington walking away from the presidency and saying, we got to let the experiment continue. Well, we've been doing that, and now we're going to be faced with, that was his greatness. There's been other great moments and great Americans in history. John McCain used to say, find causes greater than your own self-interest. That would be a good admonition for our political culture right now, and one that hopefully somebody lights upon.
Yeah, real quickly before you go, does this have a lasting impact on politics in Arizona and around the country? And I'm talking lasting like the next election.
Yes.
You think so?
Yes, it certainly will. I'm not going to tell you which way that's going to go right now.
Interesting.
I mean, our firm's looking at turnout margins right now being overwhelmingly Republican. We thought the last presidential cycle would be a +3 Republican cycle. It was a +9. That gets accentuated in off cycles where Republicans get a bigger lead. It's certainly going to be a double-digit participation margin. This kind of thing can fuel Republican angst, and I would suspect that would be the case.
Chuck Coughlin, High Ground. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Ted.
Next time on Father Brown,
This lad is going all the way.
a local boxer is set for the big fight,
I've managed to bag us some front row seats.
but a man from his gym is killed.
Tripped and fell.
You think he might have been pushed?
I'm not ruling it out.
Father Brown.
Saturday night at 7:30 on Arizona PBS.
I'm Amna Nawaz. Tonight on the NewsHour, the latest on the investigation into Charlie Kirk's murder. That's coming up at 6 on Arizona PBS.
One of the actors was stabbed on stage by a prop knife.
Can you think of anybody who might want to hurt you?
If we are to attain the truth, we must confront her with reality.
Show must go on.
I disagree. The show is very near its end.
Sunday night at 7 on Arizona PBS.
The Hall of Flame Fire Museum in Phoenix is now home to a unique piece of 9/11 history. A rescue truck from Queens, New York has been fully restored and will sit on permanent display. Chuck Montgomery is the executive director of the Hall of Flame. He joins us now. We also welcome New York Fire Department Lieutenant Bill Hennessy, retired lieutenant. Good to have you both here. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to get to you in a minute because I want to hear that. You look fantastic, and you look good as well. But let's talk about the Hall of Flame. That's a good-looking museum as well. That's the biggest fire museum, isn't it?
In the world.
In the world.
It is the largest fire museum in the world. It's about the size of a Home Depot with 100 fire trucks inside.
And where located?
6101 East Van Buren, right next to the ASU baseball park.
There you go. All right. On display is this truck, this rescue truck from Queens. This has been restored to full, the way it looked on September 10th, I would imagine, right?
Yes, it does. It's been a long process. It's taken us well over a decade to do it, and we've gotten lots of donations from the community. But yes, the truck's back in its original condition, down to the most minute detail.
Is that the only truck to be restored from 9/11 in its entirety?
Yes,
because I'd imagine there's a lot of damage to a lot of trucks.
Yes, there is. 350 trucks were destroyed.
My
This is the only truck that was pulled out, and it's because of the multiple incidents with this truck. That you had the Father's Day fire before 9/11, 9/11, and then the Rockaway plane crash after. So it's been on in 1 year. It had a lot of activity.
Yeah, that truck's seen a lot of things. You, sir, have seen a lot of things, and thank you so much for joining us here in Arizona.
Thank you for having me.
It's definitely an honor. Talk about as best you can what happened that day, what you remember, what you saw, what you thought.
Well, fortunately for me, I happened to be off that day. Just the luck of the draw. I was in Queens. I actually had a basement apartment in my parents' house at the time, and I was 28 years old, and my dad had screamed down, into the basement, turn on a TV, a plane just hit the World Trade Center. I turned it on, and I'm watching it just like everyone else unfold. The phone rings, and it's my best friend, and he just had a daughter that happened to be born on September 8th, his first child. She's my goddaughter. She's 24 years old right now. And he went in on Monday on the 10th and said, I'd like to take off Tuesday and Wednesday to take my daughter home from the hospital. So he happens to not be in there, which I'm thrilled. That happens to be one of the silver lining stories. Get ready, get my gear, my clothes on, and start heading down there. My mom's screaming, "Don't go!" You know, and my dad, who's a retired firefighter at the time, he retired a year before this happened. You know, he's telling my mom, "I have to go." I run out the door. She comes screaming, "I love you!" And I jump in the car and start heading down. I only live 5 miles away from Lower Manhattan, so I rush into my firehouse. All the other guys, the truck's already down there. Engine 39 and ladder 16 are down there. Simultaneously, other firefighters are showing up. We grab all our gear, and the firehouse is on East 67th Street. It's a traverse for a bus to go to the west side. So one of the guys stopped the bus, and we commandeered a New York City bus, jumped on, had all of our gear, had maybe 10 or 12 guys with us, went through Central Park, got to the west side, and we just happened to be stopped at a light, and there's another firehouse right on that corner. It's engine 40, ladder 35. So those guys all had run out, jumped on the bus with us, and the captain was on the bus. He said, "Hey, sign in. We all have to sign in for duty." So we all ran back into the firehouse to sign the day book.
Wow.
And the second tower came down right when we were doing that.
Holy smokes.
So then, anyway, there's a church next to that firehouse. A priest ends up running out, jumping on the bus, and we're on a New York City bus, a public bus going down to Ground Zero. And there's fire trucks passing us. There's no Twin Towers at the end of Manhattan. And for the first time in the day, I am scared out of my mind.
I would imagine. Wow, what a story. And we should mention the truck involved here. This is, I believe it's Rescue 4, the fire truck. A lot of casualties on that truck.
Nine folks that had responded on that truck perished, and not all of them were on duty. Some guys just inadvertently were jumped on the truck and went along with the response, and that was common out of many firehouses. The additional, because it was right around shift change when this occurred.
And I would imagine you had a really long day, didn't you?
I didn't go home that night. We worked through the night. I watched 7 World Trade Center fall down. On a more positive note, so I'm in ladder 16, engine 39. We share a firehouse. It's a double house. They happen to be in the World Trade Center when the building collapses with members from ladder 6 and a few other members and some civilians. And there's over 10 people, maybe 12 or 15 people that actually walked out of the building of the North Tower.
Wow.
And the guys from 39 Engine that were in my firehouse, Lieutenant Jim McGlynn and James Eftimiades, Bobby Bacon, and Jeff Caniglio, all with members of Ladder 6. And the members of Ladder 6 were carrying a lady out. And
wow.
Yeah,
oh,
they
man.
all walked out.
And that is a great way to end. And we got to end the conversation because we got to get moving. But I got to ask you, what do you want people to take when they see this fire truck?
I want them to walk away with the respect that the New York City firefighters deserve. The ones lost, the ones that continue to be lost, the folks that were there that weren't killed that day. It's up to 409 that have contracted diseases from breathing in the after effects. So.
Yeah. And last question for you. On September 11th, what does a day mean to you? What do you want it to mean to us?
Well, I just want everyone to just take a moment and think about the sacrifice of everybody that day. Cops, firefighters, they rushed in. They didn't ask anybody what political party they were from, what gender they are, what religion they're into. They just ran 100 miles an hour into the danger to take part in the largest rescue effort in American history.
Yeah, we thank them. We thank you, retired Lieutenant William Hennessy. Thank you so much for joining us. And Chuck Montgomery Hall of Fame Museum, thank you as well. And we'll get down there and take a look at Rescue 4 truck.
Okay.
All right, good to have you here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
standing hard. I hurt for you each minute we're apart. I need my angel now. Miss you.
The Musical Instrument Museum's Music Theater is set to host a new season of concerts with shows ranging from bluegrass to jazz to classical and a lot of points in between. To learn more about the upcoming season, we welcome Andrew Wallish. He's Artistic Director of MIM's Music Theater. Good to have you here. Thanks for joining us.
Great to be here.
So before we get to the theater aspect and the concert aspect, for someone who doesn't know, how would you describe MIM?
Wow. Well, MIM is so many things, but of course we are the world's only global musical instrument museum. So we have galleries literally in every country in the entire world. It takes hours and hours to really take in all of MIM, but we are principally a museum, but also we have this amazing concert venue as well.
I was going to ask, was it always the plan to have a performance venue?
Yes, although initially the theater was built to host more cultural events, dance kinds of things,
Right.
and over time it evolved into this premier concert venue where some of the greatest artists in the world like to come and perform when they're here in the Valley.
Well, they do indeed, and the fall concert series, I guess everything's going. There's all sorts of people to talk about, including some celebrity, Jeff Goldblum and Kevin Bacon. They're going to appear with their bands, huh?
Yeah, so we're really excited about the Bacon brothers, Michael and Kevin. They're both phenomenal musicians, but of course they're great entertainers. That's going to be 2 evenings of music. We're excited about that. Al Jardine
Yes.
and the Pet Sounds Band are doing a tribute to Brian Wilson. This is really exciting because, of course, Al Jardine was one of the founding members of the Beach Boys, and we just recently lost Brian Wilson. So Al's getting together with Brian's band. It's 12 people on stage doing those incredible harmonies, 10 plus harmonies, and paying homage to Brian. And it's we're so excited. They're going to be there at MIM for 3 nights.
Wow.
So, yeah.
What time of year, when's this going to happen?
This is November.
Okay.
This is just following Thanksgiving, 27, 28, 29.
Yeah,
So.
that sounds fantastic, and we're looking at a little performance there.
There's
right
Al.
Now.
Yeah, that's just from about a year ago. This next show will be, as I said, 12 people
12
on
people.
stage.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Okay, we also have bluegrass, and I'm a bluegrass folk guy. Jerry Douglas.
Oh,
Dobro is like he's it. That's it.
Unbelievable. One of the greats, as you said, in the world. And we just actually added a show, and it's not on sale yet.
Okay.
But we're really excited to have Jerry's incredible band at MIM. It's going to be a memorable night for sure.
I'm also seeing Riders in the Sky.
Oh, yes.
What an entertaining group that is.
Yes. Have you seen them?
I've seen them.
And if people aren't familiar, of course, they were in their music was in the movie Toy Story, so that's kind of one of their many claims to fame. But just America's favorite cowboy band. I mean, they're just so much fun.
They're like Bob Wills and the Texas Playboys Part 2.
Exactly.
Texas swing and all that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
But then we got the King's Singers.
Yes.
A little elevated thing here.
Yes, they formed in 1968 when they were in school together in the UK, and they've been together all this time. But of course, different iterations different singers have come in and out of the group, and they sing all different kinds of music, from pop to classical to folk songs. Just an incredibly talented group of guys.
Yeah, their choral music is absolutely stunning. I didn't know they did the other stuff. I just know the choral stuff, and it's when you're curating, when you're trying to figure. I'm sure a lot of acts say we want to play, and you got to go. Is this going to fit? How do you know it fits?
Boy, that's a great question. Well, we really do feature just about every kind of music at MIM. The adage is, if it's great music, it has a place in the theater. So from every country in the world, just about every musical genre you can think of. And we're so fortunate, we have such great, wonderful audiences and supporters at MIM. And so people, I think that's the main thing, is the music great? then we're probably going to be able to feature it at MIM.
And try to get a little bit of a cross culture there.
Definitely. I mean, we'd like to have a very, very diverse array of different styles of concerts. We feature music from over 30 countries every year at MIM. So, yeah.
What kind of response do you get from performers after they play there, or when they first see the venue, when they first see the museum?
Wow, you know, we hear it all the time from artists. This is our favorite place to play, and I think for a lot of reasons. One, they get to check out the museum when they're there. The museum's ever changing. You know,
Yes.
they're always updating, changing, bringing in new incredible items. Our members, our audiences are incredible. The energy that happens in that room on a nightly basis is just kind of transfixing, I think, for the artists. So, you know, we're really fortunate of the incredible facility that we have, and the artists just love stopping by. So.
Well, thank you for stopping by and giving us a hint of what's coming up here, and we'll keep our eye on MIM.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. And that's it for now. I'm Ted Simons. Thank you for joining us. You have a great evening.
When you want to be more inspired, Arizona PBS delivers unforgettable experiences in music, theater, and the arts, thanks to members like you. And
listening to tribal leaders has really guided our plans and how we think. We're protecting ancestral sites like Apache Elite and native species like the